Hello, everybody, and welcome to our third week, our third session of breathwork and meditation to boost your immune system. Today, we're going to focus on a meditation sequence that is going to help to boost your brain activity, increase your oxygen levels, and also purify your blood. So I'm very thankful that you're here. I hope you've been able to join into week 1 and week 2. If not, you can always catch those replays. And again, just like the other weeks, if you've made it, we're just going to first start out, talk about the why and some of the science behind why we're doing these sequences and how they actually do really help to boost your immune system. We're going to talk a little bit about what you need to know, help you to prepare for if there's any hand movements or motions that you need to know. I'm going to explain each sequence so that you can feel comfortable before we go into our time of meditation together. And then we will put the sequence together and meditate together so that you can practice it. And then your homework will be to practice it throughout the next week or so that you can get used to it and continue to improve your immune system. And also, as always, this information is not medical advice, and it is definitely not meant to replace any of your medical treatment that you're going through right now. With breath work, it is always very important if you're undergoing any type of medical treatment, especially if it has to do with anything respiratory or your oxygen levels. Please make sure with your doctor that this is the appropriate type of activity to do in conjunction with your treatment that you're undergoing right now. Breath work and meditation can be very powerful, but they're meant more to be a supplement, so kind of like a vitamin, so to speak, to the care that you're already getting. So breath work and meditation can be great for prevention. It can also help boost your immune system so that you can fight things off better. But if you do have an immediate illness, or something that you're going through, the Western medicine, your doctor is the best person to consult. But if you're a relatively healthy person, breath work and meditation is usually the best way to go in the form of prevention and giving yourself a mental and a physical vitamin through breath work and meditation. So let us go on and talk about the power of breath work and meditation. More and more doctors, hospitals, schools, they're all starting to recognize what yogis have known for centuries. And that's the power of healing and overall well-being through breath work and meditation. And not that we necessarily need the science to prove what we're doing, because this has stood the test of time, but I know some people like to know that science is starting to catch up with what has already been practiced for so long, and they're starting to have proof and even numbers of why it's so important, and it's starting to be accepted more and more readily throughout our medical systems and our healthcare systems. The sequence that we're going to learn today, I call it the brain booster meditation sequence, because it concentrates on your brain activity, meditation and breath work that's going to help activate both hemispheres of your brain. And it's also going to boost your oxygen levels as well as purify your blood. There's going to be 3 sequences or 3 parts to this one sequence. We're going to first, of course, as always, calm our body and mind. We're going to do our breath work and then have a time of visualization. Each one of those things is powerful by themselves. And then when we combine them together in one meditation, it amplifies the support that this gives your body all the more. All right, so why is breath work important? Just in case you're still not on the train, you haven't really heard much about breath work. One reason why breath work is so important for your brain and oxygen levels is that the air that we breathe only contains about 21% oxygen. And so it's really important in taking in that oxygen. Just because we take it in, it doesn't mean that it automatically absorbs all that 21%. So we need that deep breathing to open up our airways, and by doing that, it increases the oxygen in our blood. It allows our bodies to absorb that oxygen better and to process it better. And even though it may feel very unnatural and strange to breathe deeply and slowly, when you practice this, there's so many benefits. Some of these benefits, it makes your breathing and, like I talked about, the oxygen intake more efficient. It allows your body to fully exchange the incoming oxygen with your outgoing carbon dioxide. And it's also known to slow your heartbeat, stabilize your blood pressure, and even lower your stress. And these are pretty common things nowadays. And why is it important to keep your oxygen levels up? Because if you don't, it can cause headaches, shortness of breath, rapid breathing, coughing and wheezing. It can give you choking sensations, heart palpitations, or just a change in your heartbeat, chest pains, sweating, confusion, dizziness. It can increase your chance and likelihood of stroke and heart attack. It can affect your coordination and even discolor your skin and tingling of the fingers, just for starters. So as you can see, oxygen levels in your blood is correlated to so much of the health of your overall well-being in your body. And the breath work and meditation is just going to help all the more. So what we're going to do now is we have 3 parts to this meditation. Part 1 is breath retention. We're going to start by calming our mind and our bodies through kumbhaka, which is just known, that's the Sanskrit word for breath retention or holding your breath. So there's a lot of benefits from holding your breath. It can help your neuroplasticity, which is how your mind is able to grow and regenerate and just reorganize itself for positive change. It's good for stem cell production. It enhances your nitric oxide production and even more. And I know it seems backwards that holding your breath would increase your oxygen. But what it does is when you hold your breath in a systematic way, like in kumbhaka or pranayama in yogic terms, what it does is it sends a message to your brain that more oxygen is needed. And so your brain sends a signal to the rest of the body, which says, hey, we need more oxygen. And so it opens up your body to receive more oxygen, which is how the oxygen levels are increased. And again, this is really great as long as you are a relatively healthy person. This is a great thing to do to increase your oxygen levels. Once more, if you do have any conditions where your oxygen levels are concerned, or you have respiratory issues, or just any type of issue, if you're undergoing any treatment, please check with your doctor first. So what we're going to do in this particular session is normally we breathe through our nose because typically it's healthier to breathe through your nose. There's all types of things that can go wrong if you consistently breathe through your mouth, say on a day-to-day, hour by hour, minute by minute basis. However, there are some great benefits for pranayama or breathwork practice where we breathe through our mouth. Just allows more air to get into your lungs. If you just want to try, if you breathe in through your nose, okay, just notice the sensation of what's going into your lungs. Now just purse your lips and breathe in through your mouth. And you can just feel the expansion. There's so much more air that goes into your lungs. So the majority of the pranayama and breath work I do is through the nose, but the one that we're doing today is going to be through the mouth for the kumbhaka part. And so then when we get to part two, we're going to do what's called nadi shodhana. This is also more breath work where we're going to breathe in and out of our nostrils, and we're going to concentrate on one nostril at a time. And the reason why we do that is most people do not realize that our nostril function alternates. Our one nostril breathes in more air and has a clear passageway more than the other, and they alternate. I can't remember the exact number of hours that they alternate. And each alternation in each nostril is connected to the other part of the brain. So the clear passageway on your right side activates the left hemisphere and vice versa, left nostril, right hemisphere. So by working on this, we're activating both hemispheres of the brain at the same time so that they're working at equal intervals. And this one, there's not a ton of studies that have percentages, so that I can share you on how effective this is. But again, this is pranayama or breath work sequence that has been used for centuries. And it's undisputed at the benefits that come from this, but they are starting to do more and more studies. Some of these studies that show that just 30 minutes a day practicing alternate nostril breathing, it shows lower perceived stress levels just after 3 months of regular practice. And even as little as 3 to 5 minutes a day, you can already start to see results. So if you don't have time for 30 minutes every day, just start by doing 3 to 5 minutes and you're still going to start gaining benefits. And then okay, so more positive signs. Let's talk about that. It does show also that there's evidence for your autonomic nervous system and your cardiopulmonary systems. There's also a high level of evidence in regarding your improvement in your cognitive functions. And there's just they're just finding more and more information on how beneficial this is. Even though we've known this practice has been beneficial for centuries, science is now finally starting to catch up. And so what we're going to do now, what you need to know, you just need a comfortable seat. It's best to do this sitting up, whether you're on a chair or on the floor. It's really not going to be optimal for you to lay down for this one. You do want to be able to sit where you can have a comfortably erect spine, your shoulders back, so that you can optimize the intake of air coming in and going out. For your hand placement, we are going to do what's called Vishu Mudra, and I will tell you how to use that. We're in our next section. I will explain a little more about how to do each section, and then we'll do it together. And also, if you're catching this on the replay, make sure you're in a nice quiet space. If you want to light a candle, get some nice music going on, get comfy blankets, just surround yourself. Create an atmosphere that makes you feel happy and comfortable, Zen-like. So if you need to do that, go ahead and hit pause and come back. And if not, let's go on to explaining what we're going to do. And once more, breath work and meditation is very healthy for a normally healthy person, but some things that you might want to check with first with your doctor if you have any of these things. If you're pregnant, especially when we start to hold our breath, you may not want to hold your breath in a pregnancy. If you've just gone through a surgery or an injury, especially in your abdominal or chest core area, you may want to check with the doctor with that. Again, any heart or respiratory disease, or if you have any seizures or panic disorders as well, sometimes those can be triggered with holding your breath or doing any type of breath work. But otherwise, if you have no concerns, you can go ahead and continue on. If not, please check with your doctor first. All right, so again, we're going to start with our focus and calm. We're going to just start off. I always enjoy doing baby's breath first because it's a good reminder of how to breathe with your diaphragm. Breathing with your diaphragm keeps your diaphragm healthy and active. It's the proper way to breathe to be able to optimize each breath that you take in. It allows more air intake. And it also allows you, when you breathe out with your diaphragm, it helps to expel any of the stale air that's been kept locked inside. Then we're going to do our breath retention in Kumbhaka. All right, so what we're going to do with the breath retention, like I said, we're going to be breathing through our mouth. And what I want you to do is kind of make like purse your lips like a bird beak and just take a nice deep breath in. Nice and slow. Then we're going to hold for about 15 seconds. If you can't hold that long, that's fine. You'll be able to start to increase your time as you go along. And then if you do this long enough, you might even want to start increasing that time so you can start expanding your lungs, making them healthier, retaining longer. But today we're going to hold about 15 seconds, less if you need to breathe out, and then a nice long exhale through your mouth. And just like baby's breath, when you breathe in, you feel your belly expand and inflate like a balloon, right? Then hold that breath in your belly while you wait for the 15 seconds and hold your breath. And as you breathe out, feel your belly deflate and going in towards your spine. Okay, and that's pushing out all that all that stale air. So just one more time for practice, bringing in, feeling that belly inflate, hold for about 15 seconds. And exhale through the mouth with the pursed lips. That air going out and your belly going in towards your spine, nice and slow. And then we'll do that for about 5 times in our practice. Then after that, that is going to prepare our bodies to take in even more oxygen as we do our Nadi Shodhana. So how you do Nadi Shodhana is we're going to work with one nostril at a time. And what's going to happen, I'll show you what to do with your hands after I explain how we do our nostrils. So one of our hands, Vishnu Mudra, is like this. You have your thumb up, your pointer finger and middle finger down, and pinky and other ring finger pointing up. Okay. So what you're going to do, we're going to first inhale through our right side. Okay. And while we do that, we're going to use our ring finger to lightly close our nostril, our left nostril. And as this left nostril is closed, we're going to inhale through our right nostril. Then we're going to close the right nostril with our thumb and breathe out through the left. Now breathe in through the left. Keep your thumb where it is on the right side. Breathe in through the left nostril. Now close the left nostril and breathe out through the right. Inhale right nostril. Close right nostril. Breathe out through the left. Breathe in left. Close left. And breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close right. And exhale left. All right, then we'll just continue that. It's just the same pattern. You breathe in through one nostril, breathe out through the other, then breathe back in through that same nostril and out through the other. So it's just kind of like a pattern, up, down, down, up. So kind of imagine making an upside down V with what you're doing. So breathe in one side, out one side, back up that same side and out. If that visual helps at all. Sometimes that can get confusing. And we're going to do about 7 rounds of that. And then we'll go back and do the breath retention again for 5 times and back to the Nadi Shodhana. And then after we do our breathing sequence, we're going to come back to our visualization. And as we had spoken before, um, there's a lot of scientific evidence that's starting to show that when we place our awareness on a certain part of the body, that activates the receptors in our brain, telling it to send whatever is needed into that area. So that the brain sensory areas flow to that area. And by placing your awareness in that same area of the body, you build stronger brain maps to that area. And if you're up for any reading that supports what I just said, if you're skeptical or if you just like to learn more, please read Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, You Are the Placebo. He does an amazing job at combining the science behind meditation and how they work together for our overall well-being. All right, so now that you have a basic overview of how our meditation is going to go, let's go ahead and get started. You can go ahead and if you need to adjust anything, go ahead and push pause. If you need to, sit in a comfortably erect position where your spine is comfortable but straight, your shoulders back and comfortable, nice open chest for optimal breathing. Okay. Start out connecting with your breath. Right now, we're not forcing anything. Simply breathe naturally. Be thankful for your breath and the space that you're in. Make sure your body is comfortable and prepared and ready to do this me time to support your overall well-being and help your body do what it's made to do. Let's begin with baby's breath to help us to breathe in deep and slow and use our deep breathing with our diaphragm as opposed to shallow breathing in our chest. This deep breathing is so much healthier. It may help to place one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. And as you take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in, feel that belly inflate like a balloon. And exhale, noticing your belly going back in towards your spine. Breathing out, getting out all that stale air. Breathing in again, nice and deep and slow in. Expanding that belly. And out. Continue breathing like that. With each inhale and exhale, slow, deep, comfortable. You can keep your hands on your chest if you'd like, or you can replace them on your lap or your knees. And enjoy the long, slow, deep breaths. Noticing your belly inflate. Noticing that belly pulling inwards towards the spine on the exhale. Go ahead and complete your round of breathing. And then we will go into our kumbhaka, the breath retention portion of our meditation sequence. And here we'll continue to breathe with our diaphragm, feeling your belly inflate with a long, slow inhale and pulling back in towards your spine on a long, even, slow exhale. And this time, we're going to breathe in through pursed lips, inflating that belly, and then hold your breath, holding the breath in your belly, belly still extended. And with pursed lips, blow out, nice, long, and slow, systematically and slowly pulling that belly back in towards your spine. Breathing in again, nice and slow through pursed lips. Inflating that belly like a balloon. And hold it in your belly. And exhale. Again, breathing in through your lips. And hold. And release. Breathe in again, nice and slow. And hold. And release. If you get a little bit dizzy, that's fine. But if it's too much for you, you can take a break. If not, continue with one more deep inhale in. And hold. And exhale. Remembering to pull that belly into your spine. We now move into Nadi Shodhana, taking your right hand with your thumb, ring finger, and pinky sticking up, pointer finger and middle finger down. First, start by covering your right nostril with your thumb and breathe in through your left nostril, nice and slow. Cover the left nostril and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right nostril. Close your right nostril and now breathe out through the other side, through the left. Keeping your hands in the exact same spot and breathing in through the left. Switch nostrils by closing the left, breathing out through the right. Back in through the right. And now out left. In left. Out right. In right. Out left. In left. Out right. In right. Out left. In left. Out right. In right. Out left. One last round in through the left. Out right. In right. And out left. Remembering to pull that belly in towards your spine, getting out all the air. For a moment, you can bring your breath back to a comfortable, natural pace. And we'll do one more round of each. Probably already start feeling the relaxation taking place, the calm taking over your body. Let's begin now with pursed lips, like the bird beak, breathing in nice and deep. And holding the breath in your belly. Breathe out. Back in. Inflating the belly and holding your breath down in your belly. And out. Slow, controlled, and systematic. Bringing that belly inward toward your spine. Back in again. And hold. And out. Breathing in again. Again, it's okay if you get too dizzy, you can take a break. A small bit of dizziness is fine. And hold. And again, it's fine if you need to breathe out before the 15. Count of 15 is up, that is fine. And exhale. Last round, inhale in, deep and slow. Holding in your belly. And exhale. Very good. Return your breathing momentarily to a comfortable, even pace. Natural, not forced. Prepare for the next portion of the meditation by putting your right hand in Vishu Mudra with the thumb up, ring finger and pinky finger up, pointer finger and middle finger down. Placing your thumb on your right nostril, a slow deep breath in through the left. Close the left, breathing out through the right. Breathe in right. Breathe out left. In left. Out right. and right, out left, and left, out right, 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 and right, out left, last round, and left, and out right. When you're done with your last exhale, return your hands back to your lap or on your knees, finding your breath falling back into a comfortable pace, natural, slow. Putting a smile on your face, knowing that you're doing something great for your immune system, supporting the activation of both hemispheres of your brain, increasing your oxygen levels, hacking your biosystem to tell your brain to allow more oxygen in. It's a great way to support your immune system, to give yourself a boost. And it's all within yourself. You're tapping into your natural powers of healing. We have an amazing body. Just take time now as you breathe in to allow yourself to be in awe of how amazing our bodies are. As you exhale, give a word of thanks for all our body is able to do. Breathing in, think to yourself, I'm in awe of my miraculous body. Breathing out, thinking, I'm thankful for all my body is able to do. Breathing in, thankful for my miraculous body. And out, I am amazed and thankful that all my body is able to do. Continue breathing on your own, thinking those mantras as you're in awe of your body with the inhale and being thankful with the exhale. This time, as you inhale, I'd like you to imagine inhaling little plus signs, positive signs for the oxygen levels going up, 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 being absorbed in your body. As you exhale, imagine little minus signs on the exhale going out, carbon dioxide going out, regulating your system, your body. Breathing in, breathe in those plus signs, taking in that oxygen and breathing out. Imagine those minus signs going out into the world to be recycled and replenished. Again, breathe in those plus signs. See those minus signs go out on the exhale. Continue to breathe and visualize on your own. If you have any thoughts that try to pop in as you're breathing, it's okay. Thoughts are normal. There's no good or no bad thoughts. They're just thoughts. Simply allow that thought to drift in and out. Know you can return to it at another time. Bring your breath, your awareness back to the plus signs on the inhale, the minus signs on the exhale. Knowing that you're doing something good for yourself to support your brain activity, your oxygen levels, and purifying your blood. Go ahead and finish your last round of breathing. When you do, you can return your breath back to a nice, comfortable, natural pace. Taking a moment to bask in the enjoyment, the calm that we've invited into this space. This perfect moment of peace. This moment of knowing that we've done what we can to boost our immune system through our breath, positive thought. But understanding now as we continue out into our day in the world that we need to support that system all the more through positive movement and exercise, good nutrition, and proper health care. Being thankful that there are things that we can do to support our bodies, to support our systems, things that are just within ourselves that we don't have to go out and purchase, consume. We can use the power within ourselves to help promote good health and well-being. There are steps that we can take. We can't control every outcome, but we can control the choices that we make. We can choose our actions, our responses, what we put in our bodies. And for that, we can feel good about it. We can feel good about a job well done. You can take your time coming back into this space, wiggling your fingers and your toes, welcoming your awareness back into this present moment, loosening your shoulders, your neck. And when you're ready, you can start to open your eyes. A little stretch. I always love the stretch. Bringing your hands above your head. Feeling your spine lengthen, and then bringing your hands down into your heart space. Thank you so much for joining in today. Namaste. May today's practice bring you health, happiness, and healing. We have one more week left in our series here of breathwork and meditation to boost your immune system. Next week will be a little bit different. We will talk about different types of meditation that you can do when you're sick. Obviously, we've done a lot of breath work that includes breathing in through your nose and in through your mouth deeply, which can be incredibly difficult when you are sick, when you're congested or you have a stuffier throat. Again, breath work and meditation, it's a great supplement, but it's not going to guarantee that you're not going to get sick. So, but the good news is continual practice of breath work and meditation can help you fight things off. For me, that's another plus side that I found. I started meditation to help with my mental health, and surprisingly amazing byproduct of all of this is how much healthier I am with my immune system, how much easier it is for me to fight things off. I can fight off respiratory illness better than I did in my 20s, and now that I'm in my 50s, I fight them off better. Just even recently, there's been a lot of respiratory illness going on through in my family. I've been taking care of my family. My mother has had an illness. I've been helping her out. I've been feeling myself fighting things off. but you know, my body is doing an amazing job of helping me get through this, and which makes me all the more passionate to share this with other people, because you know, I don't need science to tell me what I'm experiencing. I know that my body is fighting things off, and it's fighting things off much better than before I started doing breath work and meditation on a regular basis. So please do keep this up on a regular basis, daily, if you can. Please, you can join me at happilymeditated.yoga, my website. There's going to be different courses, classes, retreats, workshops that you can join in to deepen and continue your meditation and yoga practice. And please join me back for next week for the meditations that you can learn to do while you're sick. Things that you can do, ways to meditate that aren't going to require the deep breathing, or if you're exhausted, you can still do these things as well. So, well, I thank you again for joining me, and I will see you back here next week. Thank you. Namaste.